Attorney General Daniel Cameron is asking a Jefferson County judge to end the emergency order allowing abortions to be performed in Kentucky. Planned Parenthood and EMW Clinic in Louisville were granted a temporary injunction to halt the abortion ban last month while their lawsuit is considered. They argue a ban violates the state constitution. Cameron filed a motion asking a Jefferson Circuit judge to deny their request to extend that injunction. Planned Parenthood and EMW filed motions in response. And in Indiana, a law to ban abortions based on gender, race, or disability is going into effect. A federal judge lifted an order first issued 6 years ago, blocking its enforcement. Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita requested the order be lifted after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. A state legislature special session starts Monday, where lawmakers are expected to vote on additional abortion restrictions.
The owner of the Jeffersonville funeral home, where dozens of decomposing bodies were found, appeared in court for the first time today. Randy Lankford did not say anything as he went into the Clark County courtroom. The judge wanted Lankford to answer questions about preserving evidence in the civil case several families filed against him. The attorney representing the families asked questions about the funeral home's records and insurance coverage. Families who attended say Lankford's lack of remorse added insult to injury.
I think it would be easier for us as a family to know that he had emotion about it. He's just another Tuesday to him. I don't know. And I guess that's the way we were looked at. We were just another family. We were just another $650.
According to Lankford, 7 attorneys have refused to represent him in the civil case. He's obtained a criminal defense attorney, although he's not facing charges at this point. Lankford has been ordered to appear back in court with the records asked of him in 2 weeks.
A former LMPD officer who pleaded guilty for his role in the department's Youth Explorer abuse scandal wants his probation ended early. Brad Schumann admitted he had sexual contact with a minor in the program in 2010. He was sentenced to 2 years probation, 6 months on house arrest, and has to register as a sex offender. He's now asking a judge to release him from probation 8 months early so he can go to a trucking school and get a job to support his family. Louisville's Inspector General wants to hear from people who witnessed the police shooting at Shawnee Park. LMPD says officers were trying to arrest Herbert Lee on warrants Sunday, July 10th, when he ran and fired at officers, hitting one officer in the bulletproof vest. Officers then shot Lee. He is now in jail. Louisville's Inspector General Ed Harness is asking witnesses to call his office and also provide any video they took of the shooting. We have his contact information on WLKY.com and our free WLKY mobile app.
The city of Linden will now have its own police force. It was previously policed by both LMPD and Graymore-Devondale, but due to growing needs of the community, the city decided to create its own force using the existing officers in the Graymore-Devondale department. Currently, the department has 20 officers, but Chief Grady Thornberry hopes to add more.
And another detective. At some point in the future, we have talked about adding a social worker to our staff because we know that a large number of our runs have some mental health component.
Taxes will not increase, and the department is already fully funded. A future free from gun violence. Kids in the Newburgh Boys and Girls Club are having difficult conversations to bring that vision to life.
As WLKY's Madeline Carter explains, it's all in an effort to break the cycle.
It's hard for kids to be kids when there's gun violence in our community. But here at the Newburgh Boys and Girls Club, they're helping them process and prevent it. And it all starts by having the conversation.
What can we do to prevent gun violence in our community?
Well, these kids are unfortunately waking up to news, waking up to sirens, waking up to all of this violence in their community at such a young age. And they're losing parts of their childhood as a result of it.
The Newburgh Boys and Girls Club is helping our next generation tackle gun violence through an interactive program called the Purpose Project.
I need a volunteer.
Kids are putting their thoughts on paper about the violence in Louisville.
Somebody is going to get shot and killed.
The goal is to help them understand the issue and the impact.
You can go to prison, death row, behind bars. That's the consequence.
Children want to be able to talk about things that are going on and that we can't dismiss them and, oh, you're a child, you don't know what's going on, because then it makes them just kind of keep it in.
It gets me so mad because at a young age like us right now, shouldn't be talking about that right now, but it's the reality. You have to talk about it or else you won't know.
It's important for us to have these conversations with them because they're our future.
Building resilient kids now to break the cycle of gun violence.
If you're tired of it, say I'm tired of it.
I'm tired of it.
We're gonna make a difference.
We're gonna make a difference.
And it starts right now.
Madeline Carter, WLKY News.
The Purpose Project runs through Monday, June 25th at the Newburgh Boys and Girls Club. It's funded by the Safe and Healthy Neighborhoods Initiative.
This weekend, several community groups are coming together for an annual Stop the Violence event.